paki-ano mo nga lang. Oy, the problem is 10 minutes. It will be, mag-i-end siya ng 10 minutes. Good morning sa Kuwait. Time doon ay 7:53. Dito ay 8:53. So ahead tayo ng 1 hour. Alright. So sa ating pong okay, dyan, right? Sa ating pong Sunday School, open your heart to God's true servants, not unbelievers. Binanggit si Paul sa chapter 6 dyan, okay, na sa chapter 6, sorry, 2 Corinthians pala. 1 Corinthians yung ating nabuksan. Verse 12 to 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 12 verse 1 to verse 2. Sorry, says verse 3 to chapter 7 verse 1. But I will read to you verse number 12. Ye are not straightened in us, but ye are straightened in your own bowels. I think need to sorry. New meeting ako, no? Cost ka na lang. Hindi, may cost lang. Kasi 2 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 3 to chapter 7 verse 1. Same pa rin dati. Andyan sa ating Okay na ba? I will raise
Recording in progress.
Grant Yun. Okay na? Nasaan share screen ko? Wala. I think yes. Teka lang, wait lang. Maglilive muna ako. Kasi parang nakadalaw yung aking May children's ministry tayo. I will reclaim, no? Okay. Sige, kunin muna ulit. Mag-share screen na ako. Okay. So open your heart to God's true servants, not unbelievers. Sabi ni Paul, verse number 12, ye are not straightened in us, but ye are straightened in your own bowels. Now for a recompense in the same, I speak as unto you, my children, be also enlarged. So ano ba tinutukoy ni Paul dito? Yung openness ng kanya. Wala siyang tinatago either. Kung pansinin niyo in the previous verses, nasabi niya yung mga experience. Maybe even yung kanyang plans, nasasabi niya. Okay, so ang gusto ni Paul, tinuturing niya silang family. Mapapansin niyo dyan yung between parentheses, I speak as unto my children. So be also enlarged. Sabihin, mag-open kayo ng inyong puso. Okay? So God's true servants, tama ba? Yan. God's true servants endure hardship, live, and are treated in opposite ways. That number 1. Wait lang ha, baka nagkamali ako ng pag-enter ng aking ano. Ayaw, Brother Albert? Ba't tayo ayun, tama pala. Okay. Okay. So in verse 6, in chapter 6, verse 3 to 10, Paul describes the evidence that he is a true servant of God as the reason why the Corinthians should open their hearts to him. Yung mga evidence, yung mga experience, diba? Parang paano ba mag-open dun sa taong open sa iyo? Parang I don't know kung mararamdaman niyo yung you are convinced by your conscience, kasi yung opposite, yung taong nag-o-open sa iyo, open talaga siya. Ibig sabihin, okay, ano naman yung respond mo in their openness is like, kasi typical sa mga churches, like yung mga malalaki ng mga church, paano sa tingin niyo mag-open? Halimbawa, they have like 1,000 members at church. How they will open to their pastor? I do believe meron siguro mga area leader like preachers, they have deacons, they have elders in the church that they are true servants of God. So Paul's criticized that he was not yung criticism kay Paul, that he was not eloquent, not impressive appearance, okay, hindi siya popular. So that's why God's servants are not a should not be stumbling block to people accepting their ministry. Actually, review na lang to, no? It's already discussed weeks ago. So number 2, God's servant endure hardship, live godly, and are treated different ways, approving yourselves as a servant of God. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanya as I open my introduction, like yung servant of God or yung true servant of God nag-o-open sa iyo, and then you are treated in different ways. You don't even tell anything to him or to her. Okay? They are treated different ways. Rather, sometimes naririnig nila, alam ko yung plano ni pastor. Pampahirap na, di ba? Minsan may ganun eh. Pag dagdag na naman sa dagdag na naman sa budget yan. Like, we are praying, we have commitments, like we have to support missionaries. Okay? Yun. So, they are treated different ways. So, Paul in verse number 4, but in all things approving ourselves as the ministers of God in much patience, in afflictions, in necessities, and in distresses. So, yun naman yung talagang i-endure ng God's servant. God's true servants endure hardship. God's true servants live godly. God's true servants are treated in different ways. Okay? Then, number 2, open your heart to God's true servants who speak openly to you. evidently, they open their hearts to false teachers, or we call it unbelievers, and withheld their affection from Paul and his co-ministers. So again, we are talking about though Paul and his co-ministers, they are open, but the problem, they are treated in different ways. Instead of they open their hearts to, you open your hearts to God's servant, they open, or you open your hearts to unbelievers or to the false teachers. Okay? Paul urged them to open their hearts to him, to him, and his fellow ministers. Why? Okay? So, kaya nga, we have to, I will raise this question to you, and I will ask you, what is your, what does it look like in practical life to open your heart to God's true servants? Do you think it's corny, or it's nakakaya, or God's true servant is not worthy to tell, to trust for your experience, for your plans? Okay? So what does it look like in practical life to open your heart to God's servants? What do you think? Or Brother Albert, what does it look like in practical life? Okay, since this is Sunday school to, and we have just 30 minutes, and I already consumed 5 minutes. So we have just 25 minutes. So what does it look like in practical life to open your heart to God's servant? This is the first question that I will, that we will.
So what does it looks like in practical life to open your heart in God's servant? So, kumbaga parang sa atin to, practical, yung ginagawa natin, paano ko po ba masasabi na pinapakita yung open heart ko sa lingkod ng Panginoon? Tama ba, Pastor?
What does it look like?
So, kumbaga, sa akin, yung paano ko, yung pagsuporta ko po sa gawain. Actually, una, yung pag-obey o yung pagsunod ko, especially, kunwari, diba, sa atin po. Pag sinabi nyo, pagka inano nyo po na yung gawain na kailangan natin follow up, kailangan natin magkaroon ng Bible study. So, yun po yung pinapakita ko na na I've been open doon sa God's servant, na kung ano yung kung ano yung nasa plano nung kunwari kung ano po yung plano nyo, I'm trying to support it, especially sa gawain po ng Panginoon. So, yun po, in the practical life. Then,
Supportive.
Then, we are still also, aside from that one, we also trying to look as a God's servant, kasi you're also need to look ano ba yung pangailangan din ng God's servant. You need to support also. So you're still also looking on kung mag-iisip ka kung ano yung maitutulong mo, especially sa gawain, sa kanila, sa pamilya din, sa pangailangan ng pamilya ng God's servant.
Okay. So sa Kuwait naman, baka meron kayong Brother Benji or Sister Arlene, what does it look like in practical life to open your heart to God's servant or God's servants generally, sa lahat ng mga totoong lingkod ng Diyos? Brother Benji, would you tell something to us doon sa na-erase na question?
Hello po, Pastor, and sa lahat po ng brethren. Rinig po ba, Pastor?
Mahina, mahina.
Nawala
Go ahead.
po yung audio niyo, Pastor.
Parang
Wala po
narinig.
yung audio po.
Hindi, mahina yung ano nila. Yung sound nila. Hindi namin marinig. Salita ka, Brother Benji, magsalita ka. Hello? Brother Benji? Wala daw tayong audio. Hello? Brother Benji? Pag wala yung mga expert, hindi tayo ano yun. Anyway, okay. So habang piniprepare, what does it look like? Dito sino ano? Brother Andre, yan. Brother Andre. Yan. In practical life, to open your hearts.
David to Nathaniel, or maybe Saul to Samuel, or
Yo.
Joash to King, to priest, nag-guide sa kanya. Means, you're trusting them, nag-open ka, you trust them that, because they are the man of God, and most of your decision is, ino-open up mo sa man of God para ma-ensure o ma-solidify yung pag-ikan mo, yung pagsiserve mo sa Panginoon by confirming to the man of God.
Amen. Okay. Si Brother Benji, okay na yata eh. Narinig mo na? Okay. Can you tell something? What does it look like in practical life to open your heart to God's servants?
Good morning po, Pastor, and po the brethren. Yung question niyo po is, what does it look like in practical life to open your heart to God's service? Ay, through supporting not only financially, but siyempre sa prayers po, malaking bagay po yun yung pag tayo po ay nag-open po sa God's servants, ay para na rin tayo kung nag-open po sa Panginoon. Kasi ang mga God's servants po ay pag-usap sa Panginoon yan. The way they study the preaching, yung pong lagi po sa prayer po. Kaya pag tayo po ay nag-open sa kanila, ay para na rin po tayo na pinakausap po yung Panginoon. Sila po yung nag-aaral po ng salita po ng Panginoon. This is, kung ilalagay po natin sa senaryo, kung tayo po ay may problema, instead na lumapit na tayo sa iba, kaya lapitan po natin kung ginagamit po ng Panginoon. And, yun lang po.
Okay. Thank you very much. Sa mga babae, baka meron kayong ano. Sino sa mga babae? What does it look like in practical life to open your heart to God's servants? Sa babae, represent sinong ano, would you want to tell something about the raised question? Tagahawag siya ng mic. Taga-ganyan lang siya. Okay. O, isa sa ladies. Yeah.
Ako na po, Pastor. Hawak ko na daw yung mic. Iabot ko sana sa kanila. What does it look like in practical life to open your heart to God's servant? So, hindi man kasing lalim nung sa mga nauna. Well, for me personally, to open your heart to God's servant, so this is not only for our church leaders, every brethren was actually every God's servants, diba? So, on my case, opening my heart on God's servant was mostly connecting more to the brethren, not only on fellowships, sa church, connecting more in terms of sabay-sabay nag-church, sa mga gawain, and then sharing experiences together with them and learning the gospel alongside with the brethren. So on my case, that's how it is for me to open my heart to God's servant, especially new believer. There's still a lot for me to learn, and learning alongside with the brethren helps me a lot on my spiritual growth. And ang dami ko pong natututunan. every time that may gawain, there's another thing to learn. And that's how it is for me po.
Okay. Okay, let's proceed sa ating po next na point and last. Do not partner with unbelievers, but separate from their defilements. So separate from everything that is unholy and yokes with unbelievers. Okay. So Paul intentionally sa verse 14 to chapter 7 verse 1, he prohibits them being joined into continuing fellowship with all unbelievers. And therefore, itong passage na ito legitimately applies to believers not marrying unbelievers. It can also legitimately prohibit any relationship with an unbeliever which joins you with unbeliever in continuing ministry and spiritual. So, there's some cases sa especially tayo, no, di ba? Meron tayong mga join katulad sa business. Ang partner natin sa business is unbeliever. What do you think? Di ba pinag-uusapan natin, separate from everything that is unholy and yokes with unbeliever. So what about businesses? Like, you are a believer, and then ang partner mo sa business is unbeliever. What do you think, ladies? Do you have any inputs, or you have any idea? Yes. Kasi kung titignan natin dito, verse 14, be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion with light with darkness? And what concord hath Christ with Belial? Or what part hath he that believeth with an infidel? So what agreement hath the temple of God with an idols, or with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God. As God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. The second question that I raised, what about like the businesses? We have partner with them. Biblically, no? Okay. What else? Jaire, baka meron kang ano? Si Abby. Yan. Hindi ka muna. Sasagutin ka ni Abby.